me say a special good morning to the entire Tri-Island State. Grenada, the mainland, our sister isles of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Good morning. It's Monday. Yeah, it's actually the 5th day of September 2022. Good morning to one and all once again. Let me say good morning to the world. Those of you who are, yes, the other parts of the world this morning who suddenly is tuned into GBN, whether it's via our webpage, that's gbn.gd. Good morning to you. Yeah, whatever part of the world you're tuned in right now. Let me say good morning to you and thanks for, of course, tuning in. Let me say good morning to those of you via social media platforms, whether it's a Facebook page or you're via, of course, the YouTube channel. Let me say good morning to you also. Blessed Monday. Certainly hope everyone had a great weekend. Hey, let me say good to those of you in the U.S., to be precise here. It's Labor Day today, everybody. Haven't been to that in a couple of years, man. Yeah, certainly hope you, those who are home now, and you're not out there being part of the activities out there. You're home and you probably decide, hey, I'm going to tune in. I don't keep abreast of what's happening in my country, Grenada. I'm assuming you're Grenadians, as a matter of fact, and you decide, hey, let me keep abreast of what's taking place in this beautiful island of course, where I was born. And you tune into GBN. Thank you so much for taking the opportunity to tune in. Let me say good morning to those of you who are at home today. Yeah, you're home. Probably it's your day off from work today. A matter of fact, yeah, we're talking about those of you who are at home and you're off from work today, so you're home and you're tuned in, getting some chores done. Probably it's your laundry day today. You worked yesterday, so you're taking the time out today to do that laundry or just a little bit of house cleaning. And your radio is on, your television is on, you're tuning to GBN. Thank you so much. Certainly hope the conversation that we will have today will certainly worth your while. It's an open line today, which means you have the opportunity for those of you listeners and viewers out there to call in, state your concerns and what issues. Probably something happened over the weekend that you may want to, of course, share your views on. We certainly will give you that listener there this morning. You can certainly calling and we'll certainly take your calls. 435-2041, 435-2041. Well, it's back to school today for the youngsters. Yeah, after the summer vacation, as we call it. Been home. Some have been home since the early weeks of July. Yeah, and you back out today. Suddenly hope it was not that. It was a bit of hassle this morning. When I get my sons off to school this morning, oh, it was a hassle. Yeah, it was a hassle this morning. With everybody trying to do the necessaries in terms of getting their sons and daughters to school this morning. Oh, it was a hassle this morning, really, truly. Getting the traffic and everything. One time I thought I was not even going to get here in time, but I certainly did. And so hopefully tomorrow everybody get a feel of it. So it may be a bit easier tomorrow. We understand the first day what it's like getting the youngsters back, parents trying to get their groove back in terms of, haven't been doing it for a couple of weeks well, and you're going to get that momentum built back again in terms of getting up in the morning, the routine, per se, that's a better word to put in there, the routine of you getting up, preparing the breakfast for them, getting them ready for school. You've been doing it for yourself for the last couple of weeks, but you probably know to handle yourself because this is what you got to do, and you've been handling it the right way for the last couple of weeks because you just had to focus on yourself. But no, it includes getting the young ones up, getting them ready for school also. I know what it's like. 435-2041, that's a number you can call. And let's chat this morning. Tell me some stuff, man. And certainly will, of course, aid in any way that I can. If I could give a response to something that you do have a concern about, I certainly will do that. 435-2041. It's to the point for today, Monday, the 5th day of August. And we saw last week was what it was pretty interesting week last week in terms of lots happening in the island, and we're hearing also what happened on Sunday. What's it? I'm hearing of a youngster who may have I want to say condolences to the family, a youngster who have lost his life. Condolences going out to the family of that youngster. We know sometimes the things that individuals go through in life, and certainly condolences. I know it's a time of grief, so I'm not going to spend much time on it per se, so just condolences going out to the family. What it was. A couple of traffic accidents over the weekend also that I have noticed. Still drivers not taking it easy on the Nations Road. I certainly encourage you to do so, please. Take it easy on the Nations Road. So once again, it's an open line today, 435-2041. We got our first caller for this morning. Callers, don't forget to lower your radio on or television or whatever device you've chosen to listen us via. Please lower it. When you call in, you can have a conversation with me via the telephone. Let's go over and say good morning. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, JT, and how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you this morning?
Are your children gone to school this morning?
Yes, everybody went off this morning.
That's very good. And I have my great-grandnephew. He's supposed to be in a new school, and he's so excited.
Good.
He looks beautiful in his khaki pants and white shirt. He said, Auntie, I'm going to make friends in the school today.
That's so good.
You want to say, take care. Don't run about too much and don't play too much. Well, listen to the teacher.
All right.
And I pray that God bless them all and keep them safe from danger, you know? Because coming home from school and they don't have someone to take them up on the way home, they'll be a little bit dangerous. So I want the drivers to know they must secure the children, let them cross the street with safely, take care of them when they know they're trying to cross, stop your vehicle. Do not speed because you'll take a life. You don't want to take a life. You want to save the children. Let them get to school in one piece and go back home to their parents in one piece. Because lots of children going to school, they never get back home.
So true.
I can tell her the story about a child one. He tell him, Mom, I don't want to go to school today. She said, no, you have to go to school. He didn't want to go, but he went to school. You know what? He come back home to meet her with a dead body. He get knocked on the road. So please, drivers, take care of the children. Look out for them. Let's stop your vehicle when they're crossing. Do not go taking the lives of the little one. They want to know what's going on in the world. So let us get them to grow up to know the Lord God, who has given them the life they live in the world, and they must get to know Him as a Father. My little boy comes by me when he comes and says, Jeremy, you want to come by and he say me and Jesus. Another time he comes, he say me and God. So he's getting there in the godly thing, and I want him to grow up knowing God and all the other children. They must know there is a God above who loves them, and they must take the mothers take care of them. Let them know there is a God who loves them and He takes care of them in everything they do and say. What God gives to them, say thank you, Jesus.
All right, Auntie.
All the mothers and fathers take care of your children with love and look out for them in every way. When they're leaving to go to school, study their bag, see what they have in there. Say, no, that is not for school. Leave it home.
All right. Thank you so much.
JT, bless you.
You too. Have a great day.
Love you.
All right. Certainly some good advice going on there, so especially for the drivers on the nation's roads. Yep. Look out for the youngsters later on today. Some schools may be letting the young ones off a little earlier than usual today. So I understand. Yeah. Some may go off a little earlier than usual. Some may go up to the exact time that school usually gets released. So I still encourage you. Some of them may be a little bit, especially for the first timers who are going to school for the first time. I'm assuming their parents will be going out to collect them after school. But those who have been there, sometimes they get a little chance to free up. So they're going to do stuff that may be a little bit inappropriate in terms of, just running in the roads and so forth. So drivers, please look out for them. And because, we don't want to have issues happening at all. 435-2041, 435. We don't have any particular topic that we're going to be focusing on today. It's an open line, which means the listeners out there, the viewers via GBN TV. Good morning to you. You call in and let's just chit chat about stuff in general. Good morning to you, caller. How are you?
Hi, just making a clarification. The private school children are going back to school from tomorrow.
All right, thank you there. All right, well, maybe not all private schools, because my kids are off to private school, and they off today. All right, they went off this morning. So maybe some, maybe tomorrow, some maybe another day. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number, and you can call in, state your views and concerns. Let's go back to the phone line. Callers, please lower your radio, television, whatever device you may have. And also, it's turned up a bit. You can lower it down when you want to call in, please. Good morning to you, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford. How are you?
Doing good.
Right. I have a concern.
Tell me.
And I don't understand what is happening. You go to fish market, you go to, let's say...
Is someone else dialing in the background or using an extension? Could you check that, please?
Somebody, yes. You go to the fish market. Let's say you go to buy 5 pounds of fish, okay? It's well packaged and put on the ice waiting. But when you get home, you get 3 slices of fish at the top. And the bottom of the lower part of the bag is neck and bone and fish head. And it's $10 a pound for fish. It's not right to consumers or customers. $10 to bring home bone and head and all those things.
But you know, some fish vendors may challenge you with that and saying the entire fish is for sale, right?
But you want to choose what you want.
I agree. I am not disagreeing with you on that. But you know, sometimes we get the option where you hear the fish vendor also is saying, well, they're selling the entire fish, which inclusive of the head and so forth. You understand?
Yes, but you're getting 3 little slices on top, and all the rest is neck bone and pieces of little head. That I mean, it's over $10, and $10 is a lot. You know,
I agree.
We know they have to make the things, but we cannot do that.
But maybe next time what you should do is maybe take a visual of the package that you pick up.
How they have it, the head and thing at the bottom, and they turn it.
I understand. I
won't go and buy bone because I don't have a dog. I'm my own dog. I have to eat my bone, but I don't want that. My $10 or my $30, no. I want fish for my $30.
And I agree with you 100%, caller. Have a good morning.
Good day.
All right. I understand her concern. I certainly do understand her concern, and I'm assuming there have been lots of us out there who have gone through that, per se, where you go on out to purchase and you get a bone, and then you may speak to the vendor, per se, and he or she will say, everything is for sale, you know, inclusive of the fish head. You understand? 435-2041. Yeah, that had to just crack me up a little bit this morning. Sorry if I laugh. So, someone will call and complain that I'm laughing this morning, but that certainly has cracked me up there a bit. 435-2041. 435. Let's go to the Facebook page this morning. Take a peek at some of the comments. The show is one, of course, viewer via the Facebook page is saying the police should be out hard this week, all week, because of the kids will be getting used to the area. I agree with you there. The police should be out, especially when the main areas where schools are. Police should be out there and, put a bit of regulations out there in terms of the traffic and stopping if there's crosses and so forth to accommodate youngsters who will be attending the school, going to the school and so forth, helping to conduct a little traffic control if it is in a particular school areas. I certainly hope that they certainly will do that. Got some more comments, but let's take a phone call. Caller, good morning, and how are you?
Good morning, GT.
How you doing, sir?
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You're looking cool as usual and twice as nice as Heaven's Paradise. Anyway, I like the class, the principal to warn those children that when don't try to bundle up themselves below the bus terminal. No floaters bundle up.
Yes,
don't bundle up like them. Ask school over and they take the bus and go direct at their home.
All right, I agree with you.
Give the parents a surprise look.
I'm home early. All right.
Thank you very much. God bless.
Man. Yep. And we did have the representative from the Royal Grenada Police Force, was it last Thursday, and they being part of the Community Relations Department, and did speak about that, where youngsters will congregate, the bus terminal and so forth, and they asked that they refrain from that this time around. Parents, if you haven't spoken to your sons and daughters about that, talk to them about it again. Sometimes they may say you're saying it over and over and over, but sometimes saying something over and over will get an individual to me understand that you're serious about that. You shouldn't be congregating after school. Get on home. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and how are you?
Hi, good morning, GT, and good morning to all your followers of the different media. I don't know, I think it's in the news this morning, I'm not sure, but I heard that there was a tragic incident, I think in Birch Grove over the weekend.
I certainly read about that also via social media.
Yeah,
I about that.
Very, very
and sad. I did mention earlier that the condolences to the family.
Okay, yes. Well, I don't know who the family members might be, but I would like to join with you in doing that as well. It's very sad. We can't afford to have a terrible thing every weekend in this country. Last Friday we had one, and this week we have another one, and this week it's not good at all. I just want to make a few comments on the whole matter of the opening up the Parliament. There was a lot of talk, and I was disappointed that the former Speaker of the House trying to pressure the new administration to go and open the Parliament, and you wonder why there was all this pressure being brought to bear. First of all, they didn't violate any rule. They have up to 3 months to open the Parliament, and they did so after 2 months. So that's the first thing you want to put out there. they had even a whole more month to go. August is not normally a month when we normally have parliament sittings because of the carnival and all these other things. And they did it right at the end of August, which was good. Secondly, we have to look at the fact that I think that these are new parliamentarians. All of them are new. They needed to get themselves together. Even you saw there was a little slip up there with in terms of the itinerary where they didn't have the opposition. Because you know why that happened? Because for the last two parliaments there was no opposition. So you know, guys, I guess the administrative people, they just use the same template. So you see how easily that can happen. And if for the last two parliaments, the last 10 years, there was no opposition. So, and you use the same template, and especially if it's somebody who is not really that versed in those things, it's very easy for you to make a mistake like this. It shouldn't have happened. There should be checks and balances, but one can understand why they will make such a mistake. And that's what people wanted. You know, push them, pressure them. They're all new and green. They have no experience there. Let them make mistakes so we can criticize them. And I think that was some of the reason behind all this pressure that was being brought to bear. Open the parliament. Now, I believe also that a cooling off time is necessary. After we have a very antagonistic election campaign, it would not be nice 2 weeks after the same people who were quarreling on the campaign trail to go into the parliament and start debating issues. I want to say it would be good to let some time rest. You saw what happened in the end, and it is good. Look at how the former prime minister was embracing the new prime minister. Could you imagine if Parliament is open 2 weeks after election campaign, if that would have happened? That would have never happened. But there was still, hostility, there is still disappointment, there is still all those things. So it is important to let time pass. That's why they give them 3 months. So you can let all the campaigning, everything subside, let that dust settle, and then you start the new parliament, which normally is open with the throne speech sometime in September when they speak about the budget and the other things like that. Now, plus these people being new, they also had the executive duties to do. They go into ministries right away, most of them. Those who are senators and those who are parliamentary, most of them have ministries. And this, to me, is a more crucial thing they have to get right away because salaries have to be paid, schools have to be opened, all those things that have to continue. As we say, government is a continuum. And all those things, they had to jump into those things right away and made them happen. You saw the Minister of Education talking about the schools being open on time. So, if they just went there and start focusing on open parliament and going on debates, what bills are they debating? No legislative matters have taken place. And even those, I heard the former speaker say there were bills already there to be debated. You expect the new parliament to come and just debate the bills of the old parliament? No. They have to go over these things again. They may want to tweak them. Some of them they may not even want to bring back. Depending on what stage it is at. They may want to rethink it completely. So I thought it was very disingenuous that, there was all this pressure being brought to bear on a completely new administration, new people to open the parliament long before it was legally required. So I think we need, now it is open, and so what? I think we need to be a bit more patient and tolerant, and allow time to pass and let things work out.
All right.
And instead of people just clamoring and trying to bring pressure, trying to get mistakes made, so that we can have things to criticize and laugh or talk about. And I think what was the timing was perfect. It was right, and what we saw there, the exchange between the two, the former and current prime minister, is an example of what could happen when time, as we say, is the healer of wounds.
All right.
And things cool down.
All right, cool.
Hats off to them.
Thank you for your contribution this morning, Cole.
You're most welcome.
435-2041. We drew for a break. We're going to take a break. We're coming back with more of your phone calls after this bit of information. Stay with us here on K105 and GBN TV.
or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The loss of sexual desire and endurance can be both devastating and frustrating to a man. To gain these feelings back with a sense of power and stamina that lasts, use Hard On Plus. Hard On Plus, this natural herbal male sexual formula enriched with zinc, has no side effects. Hard On Plus offers vitality and strength to last longer when it matters. For stamina, for strength, for pleasure. Get Hard On Plus.
Hard On Plus is available in Grenada at Gittins Healthcare Pharmacies, Hills and Valley Pharmacies in Grenada and Carriacou, We Care Pharmacy, Gittins Pharmacare, Grenada Pharmacy, Atlantic Health Supplies, and exclusively distributed by R.A. Clark Distributions. Phone 416-0426.
Welcome back, one and all. Welcome back to The Point for today, Monday, the 5th day of September. Good morning to those of you viewing Channel 7, Channel 11, or Channels 20. Good morning and welcome back. Hey, don't forget, folks, don't forget, GBN brings you coverage of this year's Heroes CPL, and there'll be some adjustment to our programming lineup. Don't forget, this Wednesday, the 7th day of September, and also Thursday, the 8th of September, transition will be at 5:05 p.m. So take note of that. GBN TV News will be from 6 p.m. and repeat right after the CPL match. And also, transition will be rebroadcast after GBN News repeat. All right, so take a note of that. That's a little bit of tweaking of the programming because of the CPL games. All right, let's go back to the phone line and say good morning to this caller. Caller, good morning. How are you? Sorry for having you there a wee bit, but good morning.
Morning, GT. Are you here?
I'm hearing you loud and clear, man. Go right ahead.
Okay. All right. First of all, I want to commend you for the energy you bring to this program, especially as it's something you've been doing in the last few months. I really want to congratulate the enthusiasm that you bring to it. But also, I'm happy that I'm able to follow Mr. Bernard, because these are the sentiments I have, and I've also explained some of those things over the last couple of months when people were making noise. I really want to commend him for that splendid contribution. And it's people like Mr. Bernard, those who don't understand, that criticize and say, he's saying nothing and so on. But I think he put the thing in context this morning. In terms of the new board of tourism, I heard Missy read out the names. Now, it is said for a wise man, advice is advice, but for a fool, advice is criticism. So I hope my thing is taken in good faith. I'm not acquainted with most of the people on the new board. One person I think is well fitting is Dr. George Vincent. I think he's one of the most qualified persons to be on a board and that, like that. But and albeit that he's a farmer also, I noticed that there was no representation for farmers on the board. And if we're talking about twinning agriculture and tourism and so on, a farmer should be there. Also, in terms of culture, we have had, and I think it's a good step, you bring in the sports person. But again, we don't have somebody, I'm not talking about having somebody in Calypso or in Stateman, but somebody who is
versed in cultural activities.
Cultural sensitive. We should have somebody like that. And on that issue, the issue of having somebody, a community development specialist. Because if you want to make tourism a really dynamic thing, not just trying to lure and chase the devil's tail for his little bit of money, then we need to really be more holistic. So I know it's the first term of the government, and so I'm not going to, bash them and so on, but I just noticed those and made those observations.
Right.
And then my final contribution have to do with the main activity today of people going back to school. I always shudder then and ask myself, what is the purpose of this so-called education? To use one of my Mr. Rolo's famous words, so-called education. Because you see, we educating people allegedly all the time, and where is the result? You still have to put police here and police there. People still being, irresponsible when it comes to the environment and when it comes to minors and so still, violating the. Where is the level of, what is the purpose? It don't seem to be working. So we need to be asking real questions. I remember years ago, I asked a senior education person, most senior education person, about personality, an expert in education. And this man never heard about this person. And this is a guy you must go to if you really want to understand where you need to go in the 21st century. Thanks, GT. I could go on for the whole morning.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Take it easy. All right. Certainly understand the caller point of view there, You know, education is out there and folks have been offered it. And then sometimes the things that we still have to tell people to do, what's the reason for education being there? I get your point. Maybe I'm not giving the explanation in detail, but I certainly do get your point. Let's take a comment via, of course, our Facebook page before we entertain another caller. I would like this to be brought to the attention of the government. Some regulation for construction workers. Please, like courts, etc. Well, I guess that particular, of course, institution there. They take your money and give you bad work and then leave you without, and then you have no resource per se. You have a builder, gives you bad work. You can't do anything. And maybe that's what they want to see. You can't do anything about it. You bring electrical saw, etc. to fix. They take it down, take it apart, payment, just open the equipment, never fix it, but says that say what they need to do or can't do about it, and with no resource. Maybe sort of getting a drift with that comment. This particular individual is trying to lead at, but certainly do take your concern there. Good morning to you, caller, and how are you this morning?
Oh yes, quite okay. Good morning to you, and how are you today?
Doing good.
All right. Have a great day. Now, with respect to what happened in Parliament recently, I don't know how we could excuse that. Trust me. It seems that we don't understand leadership and what leadership entailed. We can't go making excuses for people who have a job to do, and most important job to do that. Mistake is okay. It is not. At that level, no way. If we go making mistake at that level, let us give us a plane to fly and make mistake there. What will happen? We all crash. I want to leave that there, sir, because I'm really, really disappointed with all our leaders over the years for quite some time. I am struggling with this. Because what I want in this country is leadership. I don't care on which side. I want people who understand leadership roles and responsibility to take care of our people's needs. That is most important to me. But here's something, sir. All the talk I talk over the years, he come home to roost with me.
Yep.
I have a family member who has committed suicide. Young individual. And a young mother. Not yet 16, but is dead today. What do I say to Grenadians? What do I say to our leaders? What do I say? How do I operate in that space? It's getting to me. Why are we doing the citizens that? And I'm saying that to leadership across the board. Why are we doing this thing to our citizens? That we cannot cope with the pressures. And how far would it go and how long would it last? Our leaders on all sides have to turn around and see what they are doing to the citizens. We are losing our citizens, in particular young people, with stress. We cannot cope. The young people cannot cope. I'm saying to our leaders once again, please turn around and see what you are doing. Reset current situation is not qualifying. It's disturbing. We cannot continue to run a country the way we run in this country. We cannot. We have to focus on the well-being of everybody. And let me say, sir, as a retired senior, I paid my dues. I work hard. I did what I was supposed to do on behalf of the citizens. What is happening is not nice. And I'm calling our leaders across the board to please stop it. Stop what you are doing. You know that it's affecting us negatively. Stop it and stop it quickly, because you are going to lose the whole citizenry of this country.
All right.
Please. That's my call.
Thank you for your contribution this morning, caller, and certainly take your contribution there to heart. And let's go to the Facebook page this morning before entertaining another calling. I'm happy that they have Grenadians running our tourism board, because in the past was foreigners. So I can welcome the change. But what I would like to see is that the sites be upgraded and the signs, boards, given the description of the history of that took place. Let me see if I can get this expanded. And let me go back to this. The signs with the board giving description of the history that took place at the particular site or village. Also have someone there to give a tour of the site and give a bit of a history about that. And let me see another, of course. Not forgetting the what else do I have to do? Well, I guess let's pass the other comments on. Some of them are just not pertaining, just general comments have been made per se, not something you want to throw out there for now. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's a number to get on the inside here on To The Point for today, Monday. It's the start of another work week for a vast majority of us. I want to say thanks to those of you who are, of course, tuned in this morning. Let me take a peek at the WhatsApp this morning, see if there's any comment there that I need to read on. This I'm not seeing any there for now, so we go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and how are you?
Yes, good morning. I'm very well, thank you. Just a concern about the lights under the tunnel. The Stendal tunnel is very dark. I was just wondering if the relevant authorities can put some proper light in this. Extremely dark.
All right, thank you, caller. Thanks for your concern.
Thank you.
All right. 435-2041. I think there are lights there. Maybe the caller may want a little brighter lights. I will understand, but I think there are lights there, and obviously they've been working, because there are times when the lights under the tunnel are not working at all. But actually, there are lights under there. Maybe the caller may want a little brighter lights, per se. But I do understand your concern, there, caller. Let's take another caller. Good morning, and how are you? Welcome to The Point.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm good, thank you. I want to say the caller who called before the last break and the two followed after have made very important contributions. Recently, in conversation with a guy, he said the call-in programs make no sense, and I had to chide him, because I think seriously, if the previous administration was probably listening just to this one program and had been taking remedial measures, they would probably be in government today. Mr. Bernard made a very interesting comment. That is, with those comments, is a book. And sometimes when I hear those good things being said over the medium, I wonder if the greater number of us residents in this country, citizens, get those messages. And the second caller after the break said about, well, he always says a lot of things, and I very respect him a lot too. And when he mentioned about a young child committing suicide, I mean, I feel very much pained about that. And he's mentioned so many things, but he mentioned again the error in the parliament, and he said you cannot excuse that. Sometimes when you listen how some families talk, and you compare, and you realize, boy, your family could be like that. One thing I say, sir, I always say that God who made us could have made put each of us on a piece of rock in the sea. Yeah, but he didn't do that. Why? Because we need one another. But so often, we don't seem to realize that we need one another, and we must operate in that way, like he was saying. So people are left alone. We hear, down to this morning, I heard that sometimes even signal comes from parents to children, from children to parents, and we don't even take notice of this. But it is time that we start taking notice of each other, and because I feel pain when I realize that the love that we're supposed to be sharing as individuals is not there.
I know.
It's just not there. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you for your contribution this morning, caller. Certainly the caller is correct about that, because sometimes there are youngsters who show signs, just aware of the behavior, and parents just look at it and may not put much emphasis or much thought into it, and just say, hey, maybe just, acting up. But sometimes folks do go through a whole lot, and sometimes it's their way of bringing it out, and then they get to that point where they just can't go anymore. Let's take a break, and we come back here on To The Point 4 this morning. Let's take that break. We're coming right back.
I want to be free as can be.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners. Be an instant winner today with the NLA by simply purchasing your Daily Pick 3 and Playway tickets at your nearest agent or NLA outlet. As a proud sponsor of the CPL cricket coverage, the NLA continues to support the development of sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The NLA, making your dreams a reality. I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners.
Welcome back. It's To The Point for today, Monday, the 5th day of September, and we're taking your phone calls live, 435-2041. Those of you at home and you want to call in, probably that's an issue you want to speak about. We're having some calls this morning with some interesting conversation folks were making, and something to appreciate them a whole lot, because, sometimes there are stuff that we forgo, especially when youngsters who are showing signs they are going through some issue or some problem that within them that is bothering them a lot. Sometimes we just don't see it. Sometimes as parents we just don't spot that. Maybe we haven't taken the time out to understand our children enough, and they go through those problems, and then you know what it can lead to. Let's take another caller this morning. Caller, good morning, and how are you?
I'm all right. Good morning.
Good morning.
That lady that speak about the fish has me cracking this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, the people from the supermarket, I think them fish vendors must be learn from them, because they just put the tail and the wings below, and they put in a nice fluffy piece of saltfish on top. So when you go home, you discovering that. And I just want to say, 3 smoker ring in this supermarket is $12. They cut 3, so you get in 3 head and 3 tail. And $12, my brother, when you go and you clean the smoker ring, when you don't know what you get in, about half ounce in what you clean, because smoker ring, the head, the good, the skin, the and everything. So I find it really advantage, we don't get to money work.
All right, caller. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, a little laughter sometimes is good, and anyway, 435-2041, 435-2041. Good morning to you, caller. How are you?
Morning, GT. How are you today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. What about you?
All right. Good tobacco, well pressed.
All right, man.
2 pillars of Expo. Yeah, what I want to speak about this morning, I don't know if you know about the statue on the car that really originate from the history of that.
Well, it's way before my time coming into this world, but I did heard about it before. I did ask someone who spoke about it, but let me hear what you have to say about it.
Well,
let me see if we're on the same track.
Yeah. What I have to say, it's from a ship called the Bianca Sea. That used to come to Grenada in the 50s and 60s, carrying. Once it used to carry the people from Grenada and some parts of the Caribbean to England. And then it became a tourist ship carrying in tourists.
Yep.
But it caught a fire, and it's, I think, I'm not far out from in the Grenada waters, and came in anchor and was stayed there, and it was burning, and a lot of emotions, and people have to come off the ship fast and a lot of stuff. But then they had donated this statue to the Grenada government or Grenada, and that statue was placed in the market. That was in the center of the market, and it had a big step there. People used to sit on the step. Well, after a while, they took the statue and put it at the end of Mount Pandy there. And it was going down, and no one taking it. The same people came back and take it and bring it
where it is now. Where it is now.
Yes, so that is to show how we as Grenadians not cherish, our history and so forth. Now, I used to operate a boat, and I do cruise, sightseeing cruise, and I come in the car and I all along Port Louis and there. And when I reached there, and I have to back that boat good enough for the people to get pictures of that statue. Some of them said, I got it real on the back, but not from the front. But right now, all of this sightseeing in the car just turn a whole thing with so much boats inside there. But then going back to the part of it, what I wanted to see when the simple things we are neglecting. Look at what they send a bottle ship to Grenada to tow that ship out. And they top it to it. Well, they had to cut the anchor chain, right? With a bottle ship, they can do everything. And top it to it, and they sink it out on the edge of Grand Reef. And today, this is one of the things that's generating most of the revenue in the diving industry in Grenada. Everyone that come in Grenada to dive, they want to dive the Bianca Sea.
All right.
So this is why I'm telling you, the simple things we are neglecting and saying in the tourism, and a lot of people is coming to see that. The 2 pillars of Expo 69.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, caller. We did have someone making mention a while ago via the comment section of the Facebook page pertaining to developing our, of course, tourism sites, and if it's one of those sites where folks can go on it and dive and view that, maybe there's more could be done to develop it if it's possible. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning to you, caller. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, caller. How are you?
Good. I want to talk about this little piece of road from the Seventh-day Adventist Church to join the Montreach Road over here.
What area is that per se? Which parish per se?
St. Patrick's.
St. Patrick's, okay.
Yeah. That road now, the government keep on wasting a lot of money on it. Every time the rain fall, you wash out all the backfill they put on it. I wish they could just put some concrete on the road, and then that problem's over.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your contribution there this morning. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number for you to call and be part of To The Point for today. It's an open line. Good morning to you, caller. How are you?
Not too bad at all. Everything all right?
Yes, I'm doing good.
Okay, I just have 2 little comments I would like to make.
Go right ahead.
One, I'm asking like the Ministry of Works. I know we all about tourism and everything like this, and it's good. But they say your first impression is always glass. I would like the Ministry of Work to send somebody down towards the airport, because that piece of road from the airport till you reach close to by Foxing just need resurfacing up, need pulling up the little potholes there, because when you're going down, they have to be swinging away from hole to hole. You understand? So they need to get that done and need them, because that's the airport, international airport. And as I say, first impression is always that. Secondly, we talk about tourism. And we talk about tourism in the sense that we have sites that we need to develop for tourists. But I think we could develop it for us. We must be the first tourists when we're thinking about somebody coming to this country to see what we have. We have to like what we have first.
I agree with you.
And improve on what we have first for us. And then tourists, when they come and see what we have and the way we have, if you have your house and you invite somebody to yours, you make sure your house is clean, spick and span, because you don't want them to come in and see your house in disarray.
Or have a bad impression about it, per se.
Right. So I believe, yes, whatever we do should be for us. We develop our tourist, whatever sites we have for us, because there's a lot of us who go around Grenada. And yes, we like what we have. And if we have to improve it for us first. And when the tourists come to Grenada, they could enjoy what we have.
That's so true.
All right. So I mean, yes, we need to put these things in place. But, the last thing I want to say though, is there a law against obscenities in Grenada?
I think there is. There is a law against obscenities being used.
The point I'm trying to make is, there are one or two persons I noticed going around, whether in Hatteras and Georges or wherever, and they will ask you for something, and because you may say no, they curse you about your mother upside down for no good apparent reason. I wonder if somebody, on a normal person, if you want to say a normal person, do the same thing, will they be arrested or will they be sanctioned against them? There are some people, I mean, something I'm touching me about vagrants, because I like to donate to anybody, especially vagrants. I believe what should be looked at is that there is some people who is mentally disturbed. And I believe we should have a situation or a system in place where these people, we can have somewhere where they can go and get something to eat on a normal day. Even though some of us citizens who are better off than them would like to contribute towards, there is a place where, because you see guys going and eat from garbage bins, and it's normal, people will watch them and but at least for you to go and eat from a garbage bin, that means you have a mental problem.
I agree.
So I believe if there is something that that the ministry could look at, that there is some way around whether every one of the parishes we have, that they can put up something when they feel hungry, they can go there and there's something there for them, and ask the business sector to just contribute something small so these people could get something to eat on a daily basis.
Instead of them being on the streets and of course and begging folks and stuff like that. I understand where you're coming from.
Yes, so at least they could get something. And I'm that touches me sometimes, because any one of us then if we become mentally disturbed could end up like that. So if you can help them, let's try and help them.
Thank you for your contribution this morning, Carl. Certainly only do understand the caller, because there's sometimes those folks who are mentally challenged, they walk around the town of St. George or even the most of the main towns per se. You see them over there and they do quite ask you for something. If you fail to give what they ask you for, you get cursed off. You understand? And the caller was asking if there's a law against that, but sometimes the law, they may not want to charge someone, say, if you go report, him or her who has a mental problem, curse me off. What would the police may want to? They may not want to do that. I'm just suggesting they may not want to. Let's take a break and come back inside our final 10 minutes of To The Point for today, Monday. Let's take that break. We're coming back and we entertain the final segment of calls.
The loss of sexual desire and endurance can be both devastating and frustrating to a man. To gain these feelings back with a sense of power and stamina that lasts, use Hard On Plus.
The product has 5 main ingredients: ginkgo biloba, L-arginine, panax, ginseng, Tania somnifera, zinc sulfate. It is a complete male enhancement drug. The effects is long-lasting, up to 48 hours. There are no side effects, safe to use, even if you might be suffering from conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, etc. Don't suffer in silence. There is help, and you can find it.
Hard On Plus is available in Grenada at Gittins Healthcare Pharmacies, Hills and Valley Pharmacies in Grenada and Carriacou, We Care Pharmacy, Gittins Pharmacare, Grenada Pharmacy, Atlantic Health Supplies, and exclusively distributed by R.A. Clark Distributions. Phone 416-0426. As GBN brings you coverage of this year's Heroes CPL,
Welcome back to our final segment of To The Point for today. It's 10 minutes exactly moving out before the top at 10 o'clock this morning. Let me remind you once again, don't forget the Hero CPL continues on GBN, TV and radio. And don't forget Wednesday the 7th and Thursday the 8th of September. Take note of the following adjustments to our programming. Transition will be at 5:05 p.m. Take a note of that. GBN TV News will be at 6 p.m. and repeated right after the CPL match. And transition will be rebroadcast after GBN News. All right, so take a note of that. Let's go to the phone line and entertain this caller. Caller, good morning, and how are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. And I trust that you're okay and you would have had a pleasant weekend.
Certainly, I'm doing good.
As we're about to start our new school term, I just want to extend condolences to the Lett family of St. David's and to the parents, students, well-wishers of the Lawrence Academy and Redgate. That's the preschool and daycare. The owner and founder has passed, and I know to the children she'll be greatly missed, and to the parents, because she also offers, as I understand, is a 24-hour service. And this is, we're in Grenada. So we just want to tell them to be strong and know that God is there with them. And to the other schools that I might be going through a sad situation now, I understand GBSS has one. We say be strong and God is good. And to the students, please let us remember to be obedient. And the parents, let's be supportive to our school. And the teachers are, the walk to rule is over. So let us do what we have to do to the best of our ability so our children can, maximize their potential.
All right.
And to all of us, have a good year and have a good day. Thank you for allowing me. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution this morning. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number to get on the inside this morning and make your contribution here on To The Point. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning to your caller.
Monday again.
Just do that quickly, sir.
Just quick. In terms of the tourism, probably I could make a little research. Probably if they don't have anybody with those specialty on the board, I suggest to them employ people who would make the link, like a cultural specialist and a community development specialist.
You basically asking that there should be more diversity on the board in terms of individual from all aspects of culture and all aspects of life in Grenada as a whole on the board, if it's possible.
But even they may not be able to do that all at once. But even though they have somebody, because I could tell you, other environmental activists over the years, we try to get the board, first of all, the board of tourism, and then later the tourism authority. And these people have no interest in this kind of thing. I think other organizations could talk about that in terms of they don't see that as part of their function. Okay, so there's one final thing I was going to say in relation to in relation to public education.
Quickly, caller.
Maybe
we need to have a national conversation or even an inquiry into the effect on the education system with all the kind of thing that happened in the last years, COVID, strike, and because it must have implication, and we need to have some kind of, maybe not inquiry, but some kind of study to see what happened, because to me, I think it's affecting us even now, and it will affect us in the future.
I understand.
Thanks.
Thank you for your contribution this morning. 435-2041, 435-2041. And we still could entertain another caller. We do have one online. Let's go over and say good morning to this caller. Caller, good morning. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
It hurts me to see every one of us, including myself, is talking about education. And I'm always pounding that in our heads. Education means fit to live and fit to live with. That means you must live in accordance with the laws of man and the laws of nature or God. Now, what do you... We saying that we having people setting examples. We have them as good leaders. I'm not talking about political leaders, you know. It could be in culture. It could be in all other aspects of leadership. And you have people giving people wrong information. For example, I could give you examples. You talking about emancipation ended in 1834. The freedom of the slaves. This is wrong. You have people teaching in other aspects of, well, let's say school. And yet for all, the children cannot transfer what they learn. Not only the children, the people from the university too, cannot transfer what they learn in school to reality. In other words, you send them to do agriculture, they do agricultural science in school. And yet for all, when they come out, they cannot practice it. You teach them maths in school, and yet a child telling you, a square is like a box. Look at your head. I consider it to be square. Look at a house. I consider it to be square. So in other words, you must be able to expand your knowledge in different fields as a square, or perhaps a human being. We have people that we are educating people. For example, I could tell you about in culture. People are educating people wrongly. In fact, somebody told the world of Grenada that, let's say, I would use the word they, or she is not an animal. Is that true? Are you an animal, or are you from an animal species? This is what you all are educating us. Wrong thing. People must transfer what they learn from school to reality. They should be able to produce from what they learn in school. In fact, I'm bragging myself now. And if you want to know me, you could call me. You see my number. There is no work that I cannot do. Welding, plumbing, and drop into a school. And I could still possibly educate you.
All right.
And others. As I said, a little bit of learning is a dangerous thing. I told one of your co-worker that. Because everybody believes they ball, I know. And they don't know nothing. They cannot expand what they know to reality. That's what I have to say. That's why we have the problem. Because people are too narrow-minded and they don't want to do manual work. They don't want to. They only say, okay, I'm an accountant, and put them somewhere else so they're not fit to live. When I say teacher, I'm speaking reality, what you mean by teacher.
Thank you for your contribution this morning, caller. Thank you so much.
This is what hurts me. It cannot make progress.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. 435-2041. We should be able to entertain maybe one more caller. We have about 2 minutes or so to go before the top of the hour. You know, I understand where the caller is coming from, but not everyone may be multi-talented, if I could make that description of individual. Someone may just be talented to do one single thing. And I certainly respect that the caller is able to do multiple things. You understand? I myself may be able to do multiple things, but not everybody has that particular talent. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning to you, caller.
Yes, my dear.
All right, caller, you're my final caller, which means you have just around 30 seconds to go, because just about to wrap up. Just take a 30 seconds and say what you got to say. Let's wrap.
Yeah, I just want to encourage our parents to pay more attention to your children. And please, please teach your children about God. Because these young people have no way to turn when they have problems. But there is a God who is there for everyone. So teach your children to trust God. Introduce God in your home. Read the Bible. And I encourage the Ministry of Education to bring the Bible back in our schools so our children could know about God. Thank you.
Thank you, caller, so much for your contribution this morning. Hey, folks, that's how we wrap up To The Point for today. It's already moving down to a minute after 10 o'clock. I want to thank all of you who have called in this morning and made your contribution. Certainly was appreciated a whole lot. Those of you who are viewing us from around other parts of the world, especially those of you via our Facebook page, hey, thank you so much for being part of it every morning, Monday to Friday, per se. Those of you viewing via GBN TV, thank you so much. Those of you who are listening via K105, probably you're driving and probably you're home today, getting some chores done, but your radio is on, your television is on, and you were participating some way or the other. Thank you so much. Until we have another program for you, which certainly will be tomorrow morning, this way I say goodbye. Have yourself a lovely day today, and see you again tomorrow, once the Almighty permits.
As GBN brings you coverage of this year's Heroes CPL, there will be some adjustments to our programming lineup. On Wednesday 7th and Thursday 8th September 2022, Transitions will be aired at 5:05 p.m.